Heidi-ho, my peeps! Yep, I am in my bathtub, my favorite place in the world. Got this weird lighting that gives me this strange sort of chiaroscuro lighting effect. I've got my Day of the Dog towel draped across my boobs just in case I drop the phone or do a little boob slippage. Don't want that to happen. Don't want to have to edit that out. So, what am I doing today? Well, it is probably about 11:30, maybe noon. On Wednesday, I've got to finish my bath, put on some clothes, do some cleanup, then head into town. My brother's coming to visit my mom today around 2, which is going to be nice. And then I've got some, just business to take care of. So that's what I'm going to do today. But I wanted to talk a little bit about these Dollar Tree and 99-cent cooking videos I've been doing. First of all, I hope I'm not boring you guys with these. I mean, you've had this constant barrage of these cooking videos for, days now. In part, it's because they have become my therapy, sort of my mental salvation. It's a fun little task. Find 3 things that might go together, cook them up, combine them, and have my husband taste it and tell me what he says. It's simple. It's an easy format. It doesn't require a lot of editing. It's just kind of a way for me to unwind. Doing this, looking into the camera and talking and trying to be coherent when I'm stressed is a very, very hard thing for me to do. I tend to, like I'm doing now, search for words. My mind gets a little bit full of all the stuff that's going on in it. So it's real tough for me to turn out good content when I'm feeling like this. So I'm going to talk about those meal videos a little bit. Particularly why I started doing them in the first place, what I was thinking about. So many of us, particularly in my age range, and probably as time goes on, more and more in my children's age range, they're in their mid-30s right now, so many of us are feeling the squeeze of money, and we're watching ourselves lose ground, where 15 years ago we had mortgages and car payments and jobs and, we did vacations and stuff like that. Many of us are finding ourselves having to size down for a lot of reasons. Not just size down where we live, but how we live. And I'm caught up in that, as are many of you, because so many of you share that on your videos. So I was thinking, all right, so you're sized down, you're really having to watch your budget, you might not have enough space to store lots of cheap canned goods you found on sale and bags of rice and beans you got, at the big box store and all of this other stuff the way we used to when we had big pantries and an extra bedroom. Some of us are living in RVs, living in our cars, living in small apartments, living in community with other people, so we just don't have that much space. So how do you deal with food? I mean, if you're not able to have, a bunker full of cans of tuna, how do you deal with it? Well, also, and how do you deal with it when you've become a small family? You used to be, 5 people maybe, and now you're down to 1 or 2, 3 sometimes. Like in my house, I've got 3 people for half of the year and 2 people for the rest of the year. So how do you do all that? Well, one way you do it is to utilize discount stores like Dollar Tree, 99-cent store, Dollar General, those types of stores. They're easy to use because that's all you've got. You don't have to search for the bargain. You know that when you walk in and you look at a can of beans that's going to work with your next recipe, it's 99 cents or $1. You know that. So it takes that sort of calculative thinking out of the process. Also, you have fairly good access to carbs, protein, and dietary fiber, vegetables, that sort of thing. Often, like with 99-cent store, you also have eggs, you have dairy, and you have usually limited meat. You also do with Dollar Trees that have a frozen food section as well. Although, a lot of that meat's kind of questionable if you really want to eat it because of all of the additives and fillers and stuff. You're not, if you make a steady diet of that, it probably is not healthy. The occasional bag of meatballs from the Dollar Tree is not going to kill you, but you don't want to eat it like on a weekly basis. But anyhow, that's my opinion. But anyhow, so I kind of came up with this 3-ingredient meal idea. And it's not truly 3 ingredients because you'll notice in a lot of these menus I've been coming up, or meals I've been coming up with, there's something added like, 3 ingredients plus some dairy. Almost all of my videos now include putting your dinner, whatever it is you've made in your one-pot dinner, placing that on a bed of vegetables. I've been using that mesclun salad that you can get at Costco in the big boxes. I've been using that. I finally used that up. Now I'm going to shred up the cabbage that I just bought, and I'm going to use that for the next few days. I also got some spinach. I'll probably mix cabbage and spinach and then put these Dollar Tree and 99-cent dinner concoctions on top of that. So I haven't factored that in, but the cost of that is fairly nil because you'll get, at least 3 meals out of a $1 head of cabbage. So, it's a fairly small addition to the overall cost of the dinner. So, anyway, I've been thinking about that. I've also been thinking about people who are homeless or nearly so. I mean, how do you cook up a meal if you're living in an RV with a broken stove where, you have to be plugged into shore power in order to use the microwave or in order to use the hot plate or whatever it is you use. So I've been thinking about that as well. Also, if you're homeless, sometimes all you really have is a can opener and maybe something to mix up some stuff in a bowl, and often not even that, just a can opener and a spoon to take, eat cold whatever came out of the can. So I'm really feeling the sense of want and of not exactly deprivation, but deprivation in a way that so many people are feeling. And what the deprivation is, it's a deprivation of feelings of safety and security and contentment. We think back to our childhoods, and most of you guys are somewhere in my age range. Generally, there was plenty of food. Generally, you had a sense, for most of us, of security and safety, just in the world in general, as well as in our homes. Particularly those of you that kind of came up through the American middle class, which is so many of you. Me, certainly. And I'm really mourning that. I'm missing that sense of a small, safe world. I'm feeling the lack of it, and I know a lot of you guys are too. And it's not just what's going on politically, it's just in general, geopolitically, across the globe. For the past 30 years, we've been losing a lot of that. Or at least it seems like we have been to me. Maybe this is a factor of me getting older. I don't know. Maybe everybody who gets older feels like this. I don't know. I just know how I feel. So, I'm combating that by coming up with these sort of comfort food recipes that you can adapt. You don't have to use all that rice. You can use a little bit of rice, a third of a cup, let's say, and fill in with frozen vegetables or with shredded cabbage or with, lettuce. I mean, you can back off on the carbs if that's what you need to do. I'm finding the hardest part of doing these meals is coming up with protein. Protein is the difficult part, and I'm talking animal protein. If I were to focus just on vegetable protein, I'm pretty sure I could bring in all the vegetable protein that your vegans or vegetarians would be eating. I don't know how high quality that protein is going to be, but I could bring it in just by simply reading the backs of cans and combining the right stuff. So that kind of gives me some ideas for further recipes, doing a series on 3 ingredients that are vegetarian, three ingredients that lean more toward the higher protein and the higher fat and the lower carbs, more like the ketogenic kind of eating. So there's a lot of different ways I could take these menu videos, but I'm going to be doing them for a while. So if you're getting sick of my cooking videos, just click on through. I don't expect you to certainly watch every video I put out, but if you're enjoying them, be forewarned, you're going to get a lot more of the cooking stuff for a while. I'm thinking by the time it dries up outside and I'm able to sort of resume my physical life outside, working in the yard and doing crafts and that sort of thing, that my videos are going to change again. But for the foreseeable future, it's all about cheap menu planning. So, yeah, I just wanted to, chatty chat with you and let you know why I've been doing what I've been doing and what I've been thinking about as I've been doing it. So, on that note, I'm going to wash the stuff out of my hair, which I think is wonderful stuff, this Moroccan argan oil mask, and get on with my day. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!